The 1960s were a time of seismic cultural upheaval, a period Vogue editor Diana Vreeland famously dubbed the Youthquake. Amidst this revolution, a new breed of models emerged, redefining beauty and fame virtually overnight. With their androgynous looks, mod makeup, and fearless attitudes, these women became global icons, dominating the runways of Paris and the streets of swinging London. But what happened to the trailblazing supermodels who shaped fashion's most transformative era? Decades later, their influence remains undeniable, but their stories are often shrouded in mystery. Let's revisit the lives and legacies of these groundbreaking women, exploring where they are now and the controversies that still surround them. Twiggy, the eternal it girl. Bold statement, she wasn't just a model, she was a cultural phenomenon. English model Leslie Lawson, forever known as Twiggy, exploded onto the scene as the face of the 1960s mod movement. Her pixie cut, doe eyes, and waifish figure became synonymous with youthful rebellion. From countless magazine covers to collaborations with top designers, Twiggy defined an era of fresh, teen-centric style. But here's where it gets controversial. While celebrated for her unique look, Twiggy's popularity also sparked debates about body image and the glorification of thinness. Did her rise contribute to unrealistic beauty standards? Now a dame at 76, Twiggy remains a fashion icon. A 2024 documentary, aptly titled Twiggy, delves into her life and impact, featuring insights from Joanna Lumley, Paul McCartney, and Brooke Shields. She continues to inspire, proving that true style transcends time. Jean Shrimpton, the original supermodel. The part most people miss. Jean Shrimpton wasn't just a pretty face. She was a pioneer of a new, intimate style of fashion photography. With her fresh-faced beauty and gamine charm, Jean Shrimpton, nicknamed the Shrimp, captivated the fashion world. Her relationship with photographer David Bailey became legendary, redefining fashion photography and gracing the covers of Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. A thought-provoking question? Did her success pave the way for future supermodels, or did it contribute to the industry's notoriously high-pressure environment? Now 82, Jean has retreated from the spotlight, choosing a quiet life in Cornwall. In a 2011 interview with The Guardian, she reflected on the industry's dark side. Fashion is full of dark, troubled people. It's a high-pressured environment that takes its toll and burns people out. Veruschka, the avant-garde muse, bold interpretation. Veruschka wasn't just a model. She was a living work of art. Born into German nobility, Veruschka von Lehndorff, known simply as Veruschka, pushed the boundaries of fashion imagery. Her towering frame, unique features, and collaborations with photographers like Irving Penn and Franco Rubartelli elevated modeling to a high art form. A counterpoint to consider. While celebrated for her avant-garde spirit, some critics argue that her work was too elitist and inaccessible to the general public. Now 86 and living privately in Berlin, Veruschka reflected in a 2014 Vanity Fair interview that modeling was a way of getting out of my dreary life. It was a fantasy that had nothing to do with the reality I had dealt with. Her legacy as a boundary-breaking model continues to inspire editorials and exhibitions. Donyale Luna, Breaking Barriers, a groundbreaking moment. In 1966, Donyale Luna became the first black model to grace the cover of British Vogue, shattering racial barriers in the fashion industry. With her ethereal beauty and long limbs, Donyale Luna redefined glamour. She appeared in films by Andy Warhol and Federico Fellini, becoming a muse for both fashion and counterculture. A tragic end. Her life was cut short at 33 due to a heroin overdose in 1979. However, her legacy lives on through documentaries like Donyale Luna Supermodel, 2023, featuring her daughter and model Beverly Johnson, the first black model on American Vogue's cover. Penelope Tree, the surreal icon, the unexpected twist. Penelope Tree's modeling career was tragically cut short by a series of skin conditions. After captivating Truman Capote's black and white ball in 1966, Penelope Tree became a symbol of late 60s surrealism. Her eccentric style and unique features challenged conventional beauty standards. Photographer Richard Avedon famously declared, "She's perfect, don't touch her." A question for discussion. How did Penelope's experience highlight the industry's harsh realities and its obsession with physical perfection? Now 75, Penelope has returned to the runway, walking for Fendi in 2020 and starring in a Vivienne Westwood campaign in 2024. She also published her debut novel, Piece of My Heart, set in the 60s fashion scene. Marisa Berenson, the multifaceted star beyond the runway. Marisa Berenson wasn't just a model. She was a socialite, actress, and granddaughter of fashion legend Elsa Schiaparelli. Discovered by Diana Vreeland, Marisa Berenson graced numerous Vogue covers and was dubbed the Girl of the 70s by Yves Saint Laurent. She transitioned successfully into acting, starring in films like Death in Venice, 1971, and Barry Lyndon, 1975. Now 78 and living in Marrakesh, Marisa continues to work occasionally in film and fashion. When asked about her future aspirations, she declared, "Lots of things. I'm not finished yet." Peggy Moffitt, the visual revolutionary, a lasting legacy. Peggy Moffitt's impact extends far beyond her modeling career. With her signature asymmetrical bowl cut and bold eye makeup, Peggy Moffitt became a visual icon of the 60s. Her collaborations with designer Rudy Gernreich and photographer William Claxton produced some of the era's most daring and memorable images, challenging traditional notions of feminine beauty. Peggy passed away in 2024 at 86. But her legacy lives on through exhibitions like the Total Look, celebrating her creative partnership with Rudy and William. Pattie Boyd, the rock and roll muse. More than just a model, Pattie Boyd wasn't just a face in magazines. She was a muse to some of rock's greatest legends. With her doe-eyed beauty and mod style, Pattie Boyd graced magazines and ad campaigns before meeting George Harrison on the set of A Hard Day's Night. She inspired iconic songs like the Beatles' Something and Eric Clapton's Layla, becoming a defining cultural force of the decade. In her later years, Pattie became a successful photographer, publishing My Life in Pictures in 2022. She will be portrayed by Amy Lou Wood in the upcoming Beatles biopic directed by Sam Mendes. Linda Keith, the Bohemian Muse, a hidden connection. Linda Keith wasn't just a model. She played a pivotal role in launching Jimi Hendrix's career. Known for her bohemian style, Linda Keith collaborated with Vogue and other leading magazines. She also used her connections to help Jimi Hendrix find a manager and start his career in London. Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones wrote Ruby Tuesday about her, immortalizing her as a muse at the intersection of fashion and music. Now 79 and living in New Orleans, Linda remains private, but is remembered as a memorable face of the swinging 60s. She was portrayed by Imogen Poots in the 2013 film, Jimmy, All Is By My Side. The enduring legacy. These women weren't just models. They were cultural revolutionaries who challenged conventions, redefined beauty, and left an indelible mark on fashion and beyond. Their stories, filled with triumphs, controversies, and enduring influence, continue to inspire and provoke discussion. What do you think? Did these supermodels empower women, or did they contribute to unrealistic beauty standards? Let's continue the conversation in the comments.